I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't
Change your purpose. It's not in a sense of change your purpose. It's not in
That's why I spend my life
against the people that are actually doing it. It's discouraging sometimes.
It seems like it's always something like.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. So let's get into this debunkture. And before we get into this debunkture, I want to just give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the episode that aired on Saturday. Because in my opinion, the Love and Marriage Huntsville producers have to do something. Are we really going to continue to let the Scotts glide by without addressing the issues within their marriage or their businesses? Are we really going to continue to allow them to keep walking out and not having these tough conversations that clearly need to be had? Because what was interesting to me is the Scotts had no issues communicating about what the Holts had been going through, but now it's their season and it's like pulling teeth. And let's be honest, I'm so tired of Latisha being the victim. At some point, the producers have to understand that the Scotts are actually going to bring the show down. And that is only my opinion, and here's why I believe that. When this show first started, we got real honest story from the Holts. At the end of the day, whether y'all like it or not, the Holts built Love and Marriage platform. Their story is what pulled and drew so many people in because it was so real. It was so transparent. It was so honest. Even when Walkie Talkie was telling Mel not to be telling their business, that was transparent because he's a narc. That's really how they feel. So many people could relate to it, and whether it was a positive or negative emotion, that struck emotion out of the viewers. So now, in my opinion, what we're seeing is the audience not really being as engaged in it as they want to because we know we're getting fake story. We know that they're continuing to cover up for the Scotts, and at this point, we want to know why, because it has to be some truth to some of this stuff. Why the hell can Latisha walk out and not discuss what had happened prior to at the barbecue? What the hell say? Is it because you didn't have Martell with you?
I was like, I wish you would have had that same energy for me at gala time. Like, you got up and walked out. I'm confronting you about things, and you got up and walked out. Was it because you didn't have your mom to have your back, or you didn't have Martell to have your back?
Like, come on, producers. I'm gonna need for y'all to start holding these people accountable, because y'all cannot give us the great seasons that we had, the first 3 seasons, and then start letting the Scotts play in our face as if we're stupid and we don't know the difference in real story or not. So I put this debunkture together because I could remember oh so well big-hipped Marsau getting on Beyonce's internet at the reunion and saying, Mel, when do you ever take accountability? When are you going to be accountable? Wow, he had never held himself accountable for going to Africa and a plethora of other things that I've created many of videos about. And his raggedy ass wife ain't hold herself accountable for anything, literally nothing. When it comes to Latisha, it is literally everybody else's fault, including Stormi's web designer. And that shit is ridiculous. So as far as the producers go, this don't look good in my opinion, because why is it that YouTubers can go back and pull these clips and make sense of this, but y'all can't, and it's y'all show? So like I said, I put this debunkture together because I can remember when Marsau got on that stage and also said that he didn't joke about Kiki's sobrietal issues. And I can remember him going back and forth with Mel, doubling down, saying that he didn't tell Mel that in a joking manner. And I don't know, y'all. I beg to differ. And I hope Kiki is paying attention. She probably don't watch my channel. But Kiki, if you watching this, I think this is what the problem is. You should have came in and been transparent and honest from the jump. But when you came in, it was very apparent and obvious to me and some of the other viewers that you were trying to cover up for Latisha and Marsau. You were clearly hiding things. You were clearly trying to cater to them and their emotions, only for them to turn around and bite you in your ass. And it's so hard for people to take your word for certain things because you flip-flop so often. Like the fact that you can sit on the stage and really think in your heart of hearts, I really don't believe that you thought that Marsau didn't make a joke about the situation, but I guess that was you trying to have some type of loyalty to your family. And you sat on that stage and you said that you really in your heart of hearts don't believe that Marsau would make a joke out of that, when he literally turned to his wife, looked her in her face and laughed at his mid-day's work surprise. What in your right mind think he wouldn't joke about your ass? It doesn't matter. I put together the debunker. Let's get into it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload.
And I'm not typically skeptical. What's shocking to me, a guy would come in and say, hey, you should stay out of women's business when you're literally selling hair care products for a living. This is the reason why I stopped by. It's like, you're not really driving them. You got to make sure they're staying focused. I don't know all what you do. Every time I turn around or every time I hear something, it's about a new business, another business, another business. And if she wasn't selling those products before the platform, then people wouldn't be buying shirts like that. I believe that for the Black Business Expo, I wanted relevant businesses. But I'm so sorry. I think that motivational speeches bring it back up to the surface. Hey, y'all, come out. You can do it. Just keep God first. And they leave with nothing. And they literally just get it out the sky. I know everybody said, well, there's smoke, there's fire, there's something. There's literally nothing.
Try to make a lot of jokes.
Kiki, do you believe he laughed and joked about it?
It's so tricky because I know Marsau is a jokester.
Don't be mad at me. You're mad at me. If I take a test that my homegirl gave me at a storage unit and it's completely negative, that just means God's on my side. That's all it means, God's on my side. I like being a dope head. A little bit. Being upset doesn't make you throw drinks, drugs does. No. And I'm not talking about aspirin, guys.
I honestly, the Marsau I know, I don't see him doing that.
Call the police and drug test.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Tisha was maybe the first person that I admitted it to.
It was there for you.
You
saw no Crime Stoppers. I didn't know Kiki's a liar.
Liars lie.
And she knows this. It was there for you.
She
always say if people lie to you, they'll steal from you. They'll steal from you, they'll kill you. And that's why I'm keeping my distance. You saw no Crime Stoppers. I was like, I hope she's not back on pills. And then somebody else was like, well, you know, normally if you're dealing with drug dealers, you have to go get stuff for them. And I was like, I hope she's not back doing that.
She was the first person to take me.
It's embarrassing. They had a reward out for you. Right. You're on Crime Stoppers. You're everywhere. And I think it was like $1,000 reward for her or something like that for her arrest.
To a rehab facility.
Yes.
I do not believe for 1 second that she ever.
A dope head. Oh, you said. Why is that a dope head? Oh, you said. God, don't be mad at me. You're mad at drugs. God, don't be mad at me. You're mad at drugs. God, don't be mad at me. You're mad at drugs. God, don't be mad at me. You're mad at drugs. My opinion, I don't think anything could have did this but drugs.
And it is not my job anymore to help her get herself together. She's going to have to take ownership of her life, and she's going to have to do the work that needs to be done.
Ain't that what you're clean with?
But I was still hurt, bitter, and angry that she would even expose it to anybody anyway.
My opinion, I don't think anything could have did this but drugs.
Tisha, they had never known me to go in anybody's home and do anything irrational or crazy.
At the end of the day, you felt that that's my business.
All right.
So I just feel like there was no need for you to divulge that information.
That part.
You confront Marsau about that?
Yeah, ask him about it. Yeah.
How did the photo get in your phone?
I interviewed this girl out of the blue.
Okay.
She just sent me a picture.
Out of the blue.
You went through Marsau's phone. You discovered in Marsau's phone a picture of a woman's ass with hearts on her ass.
No, I hearted it. I like it.
He liked
You hearted the picture.
I thumbed up.
You like the picture.
Like.
Okay.
And replied
Why
to
did
it.
I didn't say anything. I didn't reply.
Did
Yes,
you?
you did.
Nope. Didn't.
You said, a midday's work surprise.
You said
That's
what?
exactly what you said.
What did he say?
A
Midday's
midday's
work
work
surprise.
surprise.
But you know what? You know what's funny? The word surprise.
And Martell said, he actually texted me his receipt.
What was the receipt he texted you?
He's been with a woman for over 4 years.
Melody. So when you told Tisha that Marsau has cheated on her, were you lying?
No.
Do you know for a fact that Marsau has cheated on Tisha?
Let me ask you, because y'all have been privy to different conversations.
I personally have never been privy to hearing another woman tell me that she was having an affair with Marsau. I haven't.
I was on the phone with you talking, and she was with me. This was early on.
Oh, is that the one she tried to pay to bring on the show?
No,
no,
I didn't
I
try
will
to pay
say-
anybody to bring on the show.
You did.
Allegedly.
Multiple people to come on the show.
Allegedly.
Okay, so let's talk about this. It was out there that this woman was having an affair with Marsau.
Mel tweeted it, and then the girl called me because her and Mel was best friends. She was so hurt about what Mel did. She called me. She's like, Tisha, I would never do that. She was like, I never told Mel that. And she's like, I'm so sad that this was my friend, and she would try to ruin my reputation like this. I have the phone call records. I have the text messages. I have the recording of her saying it.
Tisha that he was going to
Things, and they literally just get it out the sky. I know everybody said, well, there's smoke, there's fire, there's something. There's literally nothing.
We're cordial.
The same place it was when she went to the Christmas party. Everything she's want to do, I've been pushing her and giving her like encouraging words. So that's why when she went to the Christmas party, it's like, we're at a bad place. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Try to make a lot of jokes.
Kiki, do you believe he laughed and joked about it?
It's so tricky because I know Marsau is a jokester. I honestly, the Marsau I know, I don't see him doing that. You know, this is something that I was affected by my friends and family deeply. So many people look up to me. My family, you know, was so proud of me. So for me to go that low in life, oh, it was devastating. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Tisha was maybe the first person that I admitted it to.
It was there for you.
She was. She was the first person to take me to a rehab facility.
Yes.
I do not believe for 1 second that she ever joked about it or laughed about it. But I was still hurt, bitter, and angry that she would even expose it to anybody anyway. They had never known me to go in anybody's home and do anything irrational or crazy.
At the end of the day, you felt that that's my business.
All right.
So I just feel like there was no need for you to divulge that information.
When you learned, Tisha, that he was going to Africa, honestly, what was your first thought knowing that your husband wanted to go 16 hours away by himself?
Intention was to talk about Melody. The direct object of that was Sugar Mama. And I think that's the point where she should have paused the brakes. However,
The truths that I hold about her.
What are they?
Do you really want me to do this?
You can if you
Don't
would.
do-
idea, like what was going on. So I was mostly just trying to figure out, like, hey, what's wrong? Like, what just happened?
You need the lamp to take. 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 You need the lamp to take.
No, that's
That's
right.
what I see.
That part.
So I do exercises. I have a little breathing machine that I do exercises every day.
Okay.
Because I wanted to get better. So I appreciate this. I appreciate the exercise. And I'm glad that you asked because I wanted to check in on y'all after like the barbecue. Like that was a mess. How you doing, especially?
What happened at the barbecue is very similar to what has happened between Kiki and I over the years. And that's why when we started hanging with y'all at that time, that's around the time I stopped hanging around Kiki. I had to distance myself from her because she made threats at me then. She's still doing the same thing she's been doing in the past. I don't want that type of lifestyle, you know, and I don't want to be around people that brings that type of lifestyle around me. A person that has nothing to lose and you put drugs involved, it's dangerous. That's a dangerous person.
So you feel like she's still doing drugs?
Oh, I know she's still doing drugs.
How you know that?
Because I know. I have family members call me. She's still going around asking people for money. And I know when there's a certain type of behavior that's coming up.
So when was the last time you had talked to her before that?
It was a conversation. And
Was it a tough, iffy conversation?
It wasn't a tough conversation. It wasn't anything that caused the reaction that we got at the barbecue.
Are you sure, like before the barbecue, there was nothing that happened with y'all?
I'm about to go.
I
really feel like Tisha is trying to avoid the conversation pertaining to what happened with her and Kiki because some of that information involves Marsau and him possibly having an affair. You know, I think that based on the conversation that she and Kiki had prior to, which dealt a lot with this possible affair, she's just shut down and she feels like she doesn't want to get into it. She doesn't want to talk about it. But I think she has to understand that we're going to ask questions because we're going to want you to be able to get out how you feel. I'm just thinking, you know, I did speak with Kiki. Yeah. Okay, I did speak with her. She feels really bad that she acted out the way she did. She felt like when she walked in and spoke that you didn't speak. You just got up and walked away and she felt disrespected. And maybe based on that conversation y'all had, coupled with that, she said she felt bad.
Okay, ladies, well, I'm about to go. I'm about to go. I'm not talking about this anymore, for real, for real. I'm done.
Well, at least you're in a good space with it.
Yes, I'm going to the beach now. I don't want to talk about the barbecue anymore. It was a very stressful situation. I was assaulted. I'm over it. Obviously, Melody don't understand no means no.
I feel like she's still very bothered.
Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't
It's not in
That's why I'm mine. I spend my life with you.